So various research IDs for research community, Google Scholar Profile, ORCiD ID, Open Researcher and Contributor ID, that is ORCiD ID, SCOPUS ID, Web of Science ID, Publons Profile, ResearchGate Profile. Like that, we have so many research profiles and research IDs. Mainly, why these IDs we need to create? Because with the same name, more number of people are doing research. With the same name, so many researchers are doing research, so the papers will mismatch. The other contributed, we need to identify the person, and if you want to interact with that person, we need to identify the correct person. That's why uniqueness is very important. Who did that research, particular research? For that uniqueness, so mainly this ORCiD ID will provide you the unique number, that is 16-digit number, that is for ISNI standards. So that number will be given to you. So we'll look into one by one. What is these profiles? First one, Google Scholar Profile. Google Scholar provides a simple way to broadly search for scholarly literature. So this Google Scholar primary, everyone can create this Google Scholar, and we need to have at least one paper, that is any thing, whether it is in a UGC care or Scopus or WoS, whatever. If you have any one research article that is published, you can have your research profile. Okay, from one place you can search across many disciplines and sources, articles, theses, books, abstract and quote opinions from the academic publishers, professional societies, universities and other websites. So in a one place you can search all related articles, whether it is in a research article, some other social issues, whatever it may be, you can search it in this Google Scholar. Google Scholar helps you find relevant work across the world of scholarly research. If you have a research topic, based on that research topic, you can search that related articles, what are published in recent years and what are published in past years. Year-wise, you can search it. Otherwise, you can search it. So many options are there to search in this Google Scholar. That website you can find is scholar.google.com. So if you have a Gmail account, you can create your Google Scholar account, and the article that you have published, that will directly link to the Google Scholar, and it will give you how many researchers are cited your paper, what is the H-index factor, so many things they will provide you. Year-wise analysis also Google Scholar will provide. So this is, if you type scholar.google.com, so they will give you this type of data, and here you can find my profile. So if you search, if you click on that my profile, you can see how many papers already you have published, and year-wise how many they have cited, the citations, everything will come there. Okay, this is about a Google Scholar profile. This is a profile, this is not ID. So you can have your profile, that name also will be, that website will be there. So link will be, URL will be given to you. You go with that, you can find any researcher's profile, you can able to see it. Use type in Google, go to the Google Scholar and type the name of the researcher, you can find that profile of that particular person. And one more thing, you can verify this Google Scholar with your college email ID. So every college will provide a unique email ID to you for your professional work, for your academic work. Okay, that ends with .edu.in. So with that email, you verify yourself. You verify this Google Scholar. Beside your photograph, they will indicate you what is your occupation. So whether you are an assistant professor or associate professor, some team manager or researcher, whatever your position, that will be indicated there with your company profile. that is about Google Scholar. And next one, ORCiD ID. So this is the ID. They will give you a number. Okay, what is ORCiD stands for? Open Researcher and Contributor ID. Open Researcher and Contributor ID. ORCiD is an international, interdisciplinary, open and non-priority and not-for-profit organization created by the research community for the benefit of all stakeholders, including you and the organizers that support the research ecosystem. Okay, so it is an international interdisciplinary body. Okay, so they will give you unique ID. So depending on your work, depending on your mail, what you have, what you are communicating with the journal, with that email ID, if you create it, so everyone can create this ORCiD ID. So they will give you the 16-digit standard number. So that is international standard name identifier. That particular number will be given to you, orcid.org. This type of ID you will get it. What is the use of that ID? Whenever you go, so your ID is your throughout your career, no matter where you work, who funds you, whether your name or field of research changes, or if your name appears in different forms in different places. In one journal, your name appears with in the form. In another journal, it may be indicated in different form. But with the email ID, they will link all your journals and they will keep it in a one particular place, and they will show you to the all the editors and all the journals. So nowadays, this Springer, IEEE, and elsewhere, they are asking, they want to link this ORCiD ID with that particular journals, their journals. They are compulsorily asking this ORCiD ID. Okay. So this is the website. It will look like, type the orcid.org and you can find this sign in or registered here. With this, you can able to log in with your Gmail that is already provided in a Google Scholar. With that only you can create it. And one more feature in this ORCiD ID, you can link with the SCOPUS ID that I will discuss next. Okay, with that, so that whatever the articles that are linked in a Scopus, so that will come here in ORCiD. And ORCiD, this ORCiD, you can have your profile and what your present work, present where you are working, and past where you have worked, and what you have studied, and what is your qualification, what is your experience, what is your publications, what is your reviews, if you have reviewed anything, what is that, what is your fundings, everything will be displayed, and you can share this profile link, just link, you can, they can find you how rich you are in this research. Okay. We'll go next with the Scopus ID. Scopus ID is ID, they will give you a number. Scopus is the world's largest abstract and citation database of peer-reviewed research literature. From the researchers pursuing scientific breakthroughs to academic institutions and government agencies evaluating research and ranking organizations conducting assessments, Scopus is the abstract and indexing database of choice. Scopus is designed to serve the information needs of research educators, students, and administrators and librarians across the entire academic community. So here the Scopus will give you a quality. The quality papers they will assure you and they will give you. If it is in a Scopus database, you can assure that this is a quality paper. Okay, so Google Scholar will link all the documents, all the articles that are related, whether it is a Scopus or non-Scopus or UCSK, whatever it may be. If the journal is published in any international journal or national journal, so Google Scholar will generally identify that. But the specialty of Scopus is only the Scopus related articles. They will give you Scopus indexing. With that indexing only, they will identify only that particular journal articles, it will link with that. So your journal is published in Scopus. That means that journal should be in Scopus database. Then only you in that your ID, that particular article will come into your ID, Scopus ID. Okay, right. So this is the scopus.com. If you go to the scopus.com, so here you can find the create account. So in that you can create account. So one thing you can create an account, but you will not get ID until and unless if you publish a paper. If you have a Scopus paper, so directly they will give you a number contains 11 digits number they will give you, that is your Scopus ID. Okay, so at least one paper you need to have in a Scopus database, then only they will provide ID, otherwise they will not provide ID. You can create a profile and you can search the others and whatever the papers are available in Scopus database, that you can search with creating a account, no problem. Then next one is Web of Science ID and Publons Profile. So Web of Science ID, they will give you the ID with the 8-digit number. They will give you that you can find out in www.researcherid.com. There is a Web of Science that is mainly in the Clarivate database. So if your paper is published in Web of Science, where you can search it, you go to the Clarivate and you can find whether that paper is belongs to a Web of Science indexing or not. You can find out very easily. Okay, and this Web of Science and Publons are interlinked, and this Web of Science ID will come into the Publons. So Publons combines the publication, citation matrix, peer review history, and journal editing work in a single and easy to manage profile, helping researchers track more of their research impact. Research is not only doing publishing papers, but also you need to contribute more by reviewing so many papers and doing editorial works is very essential. So reviewing papers, quality of the paper is there or not, that is also a work of a researcher. If you have published so many articles related to that particular area, if a paper come into that area for a review, so you need to judge whether that is rich in that particular area, so it has a scope to publish in that particular journal. So that you can decide it by if you have expertise in that particular area. So that is also a research work. And editorial work also very important. You need to receive the articles and you identify the peer reviewer, so which is he has a good expertise in that particular area, and you assign that work to that particular reviewer and get the comments from that reviewer. That is also a uh, research work is located in the place that is the Publons. So Publons is a commercial website that provides a free of service for academics to track, verify, and showcase their peer review and editorial contribution for the academic journals. So if you are a publisher, that means if you are having a publication history and if you have a review history, so all those will be appeared in a single place, that is a Publons. Okay, so Publons site will look like this. So this is a Web of Science researcher ID. So this is a Publons profile. So this private dashboard will appear here. So here they will give you this publication matrix, how many articles you have published, how many times they are cited, and net citations. And year-wise also they will give you the analysis, how many articles you have published and how many reviews. So these are very essential for the reviewers. It's very important for the academic researchers. So this will help you. They will give you alert what are the research articles are coming up in your particular area. They will give you a time, so you can be in that research area. You can contribute more. Next one is a research gate profile. So research gate profile is an academic social network like a Facebook and Instagram. So you can interact with the other researchers. These are designed to facilitate access to academic research and collaboration between the researchers. You can interact if you am working in a particular area, research area, if other researchers in some other country, so he is also working on the same area, so you can interact with that person and you can ask so many doubts. He can also interact it with me, and collaboratively you can work together and you can publish the manner. This gate will help the academic research to interact with one another. Okay. Scientists are able to each other's research within the academic community and create professional partnerships. And research gate will give you a score. This is intended to give an intelligent score for research and your other users. Giving into how you are your application on these things divided or be given. So you can improve shooting more towards the research community. Okay, so these are the various profiles you can create it, various IDs. If you are a researcher, these IDs, and you can try to get all these and the research community publish more journals. Identity. Identity. I am to fact on the my area in particular. Important in these ideas. So thank you.